Monthly recommendation, March 2026. The Chronicles of Narnia by C.S. Lewis. My sister recommended these books for me. We were at a yard sale and she bought The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. She said they were better than Harry Potter. But are they? No. One thing she also told me is that you have to read Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe first. Not, even though it says book 2, you read this one first. It was the first one written. And yeah, I actually really agree with that, but I'm in the minority opinion. I'll explain why at the end of this video. In the meantime, let's look at each of these books individually. The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe has two of my least favorite tropes. Isekai, a Japanese term meaning another world, and the Chosen One. Isekai is where a character goes into another world and saves it, and the fact that I'm using a Japanese word to describe this trope tells you just how much this trope really is big in Japan. The Chosen One is where a prophecy says someone's going to save the world. These two together are some of the most cliched plots that Wikipedia has a section on their Isekai article for it. But here's the thing. Narnia invented this plot. Is it really fair to complain about cliches when Narnia invented those cliches? Yes. This plot was never cool. I don't like the Otherworld plot, because there's no stakes. The protagonist could just leave the world and that's it. With that being said, the book is still decent. The characters are well developed and Jadis is a really great villain. I just don't think it's as good as Harry Potter. The next book in the series I read was The Magician's Nephew, and I love this book. Maybe it's Uncle Andrew, or maybe it's just that the characters go to many worlds instead of one, or maybe it's just the most imaginative. They witnessed the creation of Narnia in this one. It's just a really fun ride, and it's the only one I revisited as an adult. I like how the book portrays the idealism of children's morality and contrasts it with the adults. It's more complicated than that. This philosophy is called out as just politics masquerading as morality. Sometimes childish idealism really is the answer, and that's why I hold this book in really high regard as far as children's literature. Also, Aslan explains in this book why people lived so long before the flood in the Bible. Both Lewis and Tolkien explain that people lived that long because God's Spirit was still on the earth in greater abundance. All throughout Sunday school, people came up with the most bizarre theories as to why people live so long. It turns out the answer was in the Bible the whole time, and Narnia showed that to me. Again, the simple answer works best here. I also want to give a shout out to Wardrobe for explaining how Christ's atonement works. That's cool too, I guess. As to why we should read Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe first, well, it just works better. You get to see all the references Magician's Nephew makes towards Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. The coolest part of Magician's Nephew is Aslan creating Narnia, but if you don't know what he's creating, it doesn't have the same impact. So go ahead, read Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe first, or give me a good reason why you shouldn't. The next book I read was Horse and His Boy. It's boring. It's what made me stop reading the series. I had to do a book report on it and it was really, really hard to get through. I remember almost nothing about it except there was a guy named Shasta, and he met Aslan in a cloud. I never ended up finishing Prince Caspian, but what I read, it was good. And then I just watched the movie and it was good. Final score, Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, 6 out of 10. Magician's Nephew, 10 out of 10. Horse and His Boy, 2 out of 10. Prince Caspian, maybe 7. I should point out that while I love the movie, most people who read the book of Prince Caspian really didn't like the movie, and I kind of want to read the book just to see why that is. Anyways, I'll catch you next month with a new book recommendation and whether or not you should read it. But as for whether or not you should read Narnia, the answer is yes. But read Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe first, and then I guess read Magician's Nephew, and then skip Horse and His Boy and read the rest. See you later.